Ha ha, you're ashy. Ha ha, you can't afford good clothes. Ha ha, you can't get your hair cut. Ha ha, ha ha, it sucks to be you. I would never want to be like you. Those are the things that I heard growing up. All of my life, from the first grade to the ninth grade. I dressed like this. Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. My name is Norman Cunningham, and today I want to discuss with you and hope by the end of what I'm telling you, you will be able to stand up against bullies. That is my mission. That is what I must do. By telling you a few things. One of the things I'm going to make sure I tell you about is the types of bullying. I want you to understand that there are different types, and no matter what, whether it's someone picking on me because of the way I dress or by the way that they speak to me, that's going to be a type of bullying. I also want to discuss some myths and some truths about bullying. Once we get around that, and I want to, of course, talk to you about a few statistics. And what better representation than to talk about bullying than someone, like I said in the beginning, that was bullied for over 9 years. Just because I couldn't afford the finer things. Just because I couldn't afford to get my hair cut. So let's discuss the types of bullying. When you think about bullying, you always think about someone that's beating up on another person. Well, I'm here to tell you that's not the only type of bullying that you can go through. One type of bullying is going to be verbal bullying. Some of those might be, hey, you stupid. Hey, you look gay. Are those things that we want to experience? Are those things that we want our children to experience? I think not. Now, of course, everyone understands that real type of bullying that's publicized everywhere. That type of bullying is that physical bullying. Whether you're slapping someone in the back of the head, or whether you're trying to trip them as they're walking, or if you're just really abusive, not to just them, but to one of their family members. That can be physical bullying, okay? Now we want to talk about social bullying also. Social bullying, how do you describe that? I have the cool kids over here, I have the nerds and geeks over here, and I have the people like me who can't readily fit into either group. But that group won't accept me. That group won't accept me. Believe it or not, that is a form of bullying. Something that we need to look at and hopefully stop. Now, let's talk about psychological bullying. That's one of the more indirect ways of bullying someone. I could look at you and be like, every day. After a while, it's going to start to get to you. Day 1, day 2, day 3, it's not going to get to you. You get into someone's head and you make them feel inferior to you without directly saying anything to them. That is a form of bullying. We have to make sure that we recognize that. Now, I'm going to talk about one more form of bullying. It's called cyberbullying. Now, with today's technology, we have Facebook, we have Twitter, we have Instagram, we have whatever of those social websites there are. There's a lot of bullying that goes on those sites. A lot of people pick on some other person just because you don't know who I am and I don't really know who you are. I'm going to pick on you because you can't do anything to me. But if you see me one-on-one in person, you'll probably notice I don't know, 5'2", 100 pounds, soaking wet. What is that going to accomplish? Nothing. So we need to get away from those types of bullying. Now that you understand the types of bullying, let's talk about a few myths and a few facts about bullying, okay? Myth number 1, bullying is something we all go through. Now, I know a lot of people are raised to believe that that's going to happen. Now, as you can see, the children in the audience, hey, just because their parents were bullied, does that mean that they should be bullied also? It's a myth. The fact is, bullies gain power when we accept their irresponsible behavior. All you have to do is stand up. All you have to do is tell someone. Even though we're adults, we still live in a world where people are getting bullied day in and day out. Myth number 2, if I tell someone, it will only get worse. No, that is a true myth. Because the truth of the matter is, if you actually tell someone, especially someone in an authoritative figure, then guess what? That bullying is going to cease. Yeah, they may come back one more time to make sure that, you really told, but after you go tell again, guess what? It's going to stop. It's going to cease to exist. And that person that's doing all the bullying, now he can't or she can't bully another person. The next one, if I retaliate, the bullying will stop. Not true. If you retaliate, chances are that bully is going to inflict even more pain on you through all those types of bullying. Now that you understand some truths and some myths about bullying, I want you to wrap your fingers and wrap your head around some statistics, because it doesn't make sense unless you see numbers. Okay? Statistic number 1. 66% of youths are teased at least once a month, and nearly 1/3 of victims are bullied at least once a month. That's from a study that was done in 2002, National Survey of Students, grades 5 through 12, Families and Work Institute. So just think about that. Most of the people in here potentially have been bullied. Statistic number 2, 6 out of 10 American teens witness bullying at least once a day. That's quoted from the National Crime Prevention Council of 2003. Statistic number 3. For children in grades 6 through 10, nearly 1 in 6, or 3.2 million, are victims of bullying each year. 3.7 million are bullies. That's from Fighting Crime, Investing Kids, September 2003. So let's just think about that. Those numbers, they don't seem overwhelming when you just hear them out of my mouth. But when you start thinking about the credible sources that they're coming from, how do you grasp that I've been bullied, you may have been bullied, you may have been bullied, and you all may have been bullied? It's not something that everyone goes through, but it's something we can all do to prevent. There's something that we can all do to prevent it. That is what I want you to do. I want you to be able to stand up to bullies. I want you to be able to explain to your children that bullying should not be accepted. I want you to explain to them the things that they should do to hopefully prevent the bullying. Because just because you look like this doesn't mean you should be bullied. Traditionally, I wear slacks, square-toed shoes, and a button-up shirt. I guess because I still have that stigma that I was bullied. So ladies and gentlemen, with all that being said, I hope that you have a better understanding of what bullying is, and that I actually persuaded you to stand up to bullies, do the right thing. If not only for you, do it for your children, because who knows, your child could be the one that commits suicide because they were bullied. Thank you all. You have a great evening.